a desolate forest, where the trees grew thick and the sunlight barely pierced the canopy, stood the ruins of Blackwood Asylum. Once a sanctuary for the troubled, it had become a place of whispered legends and fearful tales. Locals spoke of the patients who roamed the halls even after death, their tortured souls trapped within the crumbling walls. Emily had always been fascinated by the macabre. When she heard about the asylum from her friends, she felt an irresistible pull to explore its haunted corridors. Armed with only a flashlight and her curiosity, she set out one chilly evening, determined to uncover the secrets hidden within. As she stepped through the rusted gates, a chill ran down her spine. The air was heavy, thick with the scent of decay, and something she couldn't quite place, a mix of despair and madness. The main building loomed before her, its broken windows resembling hollow eyes, watching her every move. Inside, the atmosphere was suffocating. Peeling paint and shattered glass littered the floor, remnants of the past scattered like forgotten memories. Emily's flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced across the walls. She shivered but pressed on, her heart racing with both fear and excitement. In the first ward, she discovered old medical equipment, rusted restraints, and cracked mirrors. As she moved deeper, she began to hear faint whispers, like the rustling of leaves but distinctly human. "Help us! Help us!" The voices echoed in her mind, pulling her further into the asylum's depths. Suddenly, the whispers grew louder, swirling around her like a cold wind. Emily's pulse quickened as she stumbled into a room filled with dusty, tattered beds. On one bed lay a faded photograph of a young woman with haunted eyes. Emily felt an inexplicable connection to the girl, as if their souls were intertwined across time. "Who are you?" she whispered, clutching the photograph. A cold breeze swept through the room, and the whispers intensified, forming a chilling chorus. "Find us! Find us!" Driven by an unseen force, Emily turned to leave. But as she did, the door slammed shut behind her. Panic gripped her as she pounded against the door, but it wouldn't budge. The whispers now morphed into desperate cries, echoing her fear. "Let us out! Let us out!" In that moment, she realized the voices belonged to the souls trapped within these walls, victims of the asylum's dark past. They had suffered, and now they wanted release. Emily knew she had to help them. Taking a deep breath, she focused on the photograph. "What do you need?" she called out. The whispers paused, and a single voice broke through. The key to freedom." Frantically searching the room, Emily noticed an old, ornate key hanging on the wall, covered in cobwebs. She reached for it, her fingers trembling as she pulled it free. The instant she did, a deafening silence fell over the asylum. "Unlock the door," the voice urged. Emily rushed to the door, heart pounding. She inserted the key, and to her surprise, it turned smoothly. As the door creaked open, a rush of cold air enveloped her, and the cries faded into a haunting lullaby. Stepping into the hallway, she felt a shift in the atmosphere. The asylum, once filled with sorrow, now felt lighter. She could see shadows moving, but they were no longer threatening. They danced with gratitude, finally free from their torment. "Thank you," the voices whispered as Emily made her way back to the entrance, the key still clutched in her hand. As she stepped outside, the sun broke through the clouds, bathing the ruins in warm light. She looked back one last time, a sense of peace washing over her. The forgotten souls had been released, and their stories would never be forgotten again. From that day on, Emily became a storyteller. sharing the tales of Blackwood Asylum and the lives it had held captive. And though she never returned to those haunted halls, she knew the whispers would always be with her, urging her to remember the stories of the lost. And somewhere in the depths of the forest, the asylum stood silent, a place of both horror and hope,